stand in our way, and our golden age has just begun.
This is Human Events with Jack Posobiec.
Now it's time for everyone to understand what America First truly means.
Welcome to the Second American Revolution.
All right, Jack Posobiec, we are back. We're here, Human Events Daily. We're in Phoenix, Arizona. Folks, I have a question for you. Did you know that in the last 6 weeks, 86 million AT&T users had their name, address, and social security numbers leaked? Or that the CCP is harvesting massive volumes of America's personal data to train DeepSeek and other AI systems. When you're online doing the work like I am, you need digital camouflage. And that's why I've partnered with our newest show sponsor, Patriot Protect. Patriot Protect removes your personal data from the internet. Whether it's Google, Amazon, or Apple, your personal data will be wiped so that scammers and cyber criminals and swatters, like the ones that came after our family, will not and cannot find your data and can take you back to security and privacy. Once Patriot Protect scans and scrubs your personal information, they will continuously monitor your info to make sure every new instance of a possible data breach is eliminated immediately. I'm talking 24/7 protection for the cost of keeping the porch lights on. The only thing worse than getting hacked is knowing you could have stopped it and didn't take action when you could have. So go to patriot-protect.com/POSO and use promo code POSO for 15% off a yearly subscription. That's patriot-protect.com/POSO and use promo code POSO for 15% off a yearly subscription. patriot-protect.com/POSO. So folks, yeah, we've got another both sides attack, right? Another both sides attack, because we were told that it's both sides conducting these attacks. So we have to say every time that it's both sides, even when Antifa takes credit for it, even when Antifa comes up and says, we are the ones who did this, we are the ones who are attacking right-wing politicians, even when Antifa says that we will send you, MAGA, to hell, like Charlie Kirk. Well, it's got to be both sides. Because for some reason, we all know that's what the media requires us to say. It's all both sides. Folks, we know what's going on. We know the violence. We know how serious it is. And that's why when I was out there in New Jersey yesterday, and guys, play, or if you have any of that B-roll or any of that footage of New Jersey, it was an incredible event. This was one of the first outdoor events that Turning Point has held since Charlie Kirk was murdered a couple of weeks ago. And as incredible as it was, we were very thankful to the Toms River Police Department right there in New Jersey, about an hour outside of New York City, to have the full coverage that they did, not only to be able to keep us secure. We were at the Ocean County Community College. We had outside one of the parking lots there, but we had snipers on the rooftop, 5 snipers by my count, at least facing us, keeping an eye on the stage, keeping an eye on the crowd. There weren't any buildings facing where we were, and so it was incredible to have that level of support that we did out there at the rally, and incredible to have the team from Turning Point Action. And it just so happens that as I talk about Turning Point Action, the COO of Turning Point Action joins us now in the studio. His name is Tyler Boyer. What's up, Tyler?
What's up? It's good to see you, Jack.
I like the white jacket. Is this new, the white jacket for Turning Point Action?
This is our leadership. Whoa.
Tyler's destroying the studio,
Like
guys. He just comes in here literally like a wrecking ball, destroying the set on us. Should we move closer together? Producer Russ, what do you think? Should we get? We're gonna tighten this up a little bit. We're gonna tighten up. We usually don't do this on the fly, but
Hold on,
but it's all good, folks. It's all good. We'll figure it out. Yeah, the char is it's all right. It's all right. We're next level on here. We're next level.
Good.
What's up, Tyler?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome back to HQ.
You gotta come in for election, man. For election night, the election night stream, the super stream. It is a sacred tradition around here,
Yep.
and so it's got to be done. It's just got to be done.
We've got a big day tomorrow. Lots of elections happening across the country. Just tons.
So one thing that I wanted to put into context for this for a lot of people is that, and specifically, so I was in New Jersey, incredible action at work from Turning Point Action there. First deployment to New Jersey. Tyler, the New Jersey election shouldn't be competitive in a year after Donald Trump just won the White House, should it?
Shouldn't be.
No, the Democrats shouldn't be spending time and money there, but they have to because they're so upside down all over the country.
Yep.
And look, we're seeing some good signs out of Jack Ciattarelli. We always knew that this was going to be a Hail Mary, but there's no chance that it should be as close as it is.
This is a tough race for Republicans, and this is what most people have to understand about each of the states is you're working with what you have from a voter base. So Democrats have a significant voter registration advantage in the state of New Jersey.
Yes.
Yet, we just saw last time Jack ran, barely lost.
Jack Ciattarelli, not me.
Yeah.
No.
Not you. not you yet.
Not yet. Oh.
And then obviously President Trump barely lost the state this last go around. Nobody expected that. The expectations were like a 15-point margin of victory for Kamala Harris, and obviously we know that this was a sub within what they call, a tilt state. This is a very close state, just barely on the cusp of flipping red. And so you have this gubernatorial election, which in the Northeast, Republicans have been known to pull off victories for governor. But again,
by the way, New York was close too, and we had a very close governor's race there.
Very close, very close.
With
and now,
Lee Zeldin.
I mean, this is the dichotomy that you have, right? You have Mamdani getting elected, most likely in New York on Tuesday, which is, I know a lot of people are like, Tyler, why are you saying that? I mean, the polling is right now, and I just want to be very transparently clear with everyone. The polling is Mamdani ahead 15 to 20 points at minimum.
In fact, I was looking at Calshi earlier today. Calshi's got him at I think 94% probability in the odds to win.
Yep.
And in fact, because the race has gotten so so stagnant, they opened up a new odds market on Calshi. What will the margin of victory for Zoran Mamdani be? And so they're polling and what's currently in the lead right now on that is 24% or higher in terms of his winning percentage.
That's right.
So by 24 points, that's the highest one. That's the one that's winning.
Depends on what poll you look at, but a lot of polls are showing right in the 25% range.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that tracks.
And guys, I'm just telling you, that's not a close election, right? This is not. And there's a lot of what ifs and what if this happened or who up here. I think it's going to tighten up a little bit between now and tomorrow. Like, I think the election day is probably going to be a little bit kinder to Cuomo than you otherwise would normally expect in a poll, because most people are not, again, Democrats they're looking at, their likely voters are probably polling for Mamdani. But again, you have this situation where it's like a lot of Republicans are going to have to make that decision. Do you vote for the lesser of two evils, or do you vote for Siwa, the Republican? The likelihood is that vote's going to split. And again, that's why you're seeing such a heavy victory from Mamdani. Now, the question is, how does this impact the rest of the country and the rest of the states? I mean, you have simultaneous to going on with this is the governor's race in New Jersey.
Which is so interesting because you're seeing a Mamdani backlash vote in New Jersey because specifically, and I just have to call it out, and I know I think we have some footage of this, Lakewood, New Jersey, which is an Orthodox Jewish community, but I mean a super community there. Now, they couldn't vote on Saturday because they were observing Shabbos, but then when they went out yesterday, Sunday was the final day of early voting, and we had lines upon lines out there in that community, and then they were coming to our event afterwards. But I said, where's everybody else? They said they're all voting. Yep. They're all going to vote in absolute droves. They had a drone up because they had to use a drone to just capture the amount of lines out in Lakewood. And so, and when I asked them, I said, well, what is driving the Ciattarelli? They said part of it is Mikey Sherrill and the Democrats, but a big part of that as well is Mamdani.
Yeah, well, and to this point, this is the big difference maker between this election 4 years ago that could make a big impact on election day, because this is the simple. The numbers are not trending dramatically better in any kind of way for Republicans in early voting. It just hasn't happened yet. That's not good. You would like to see a dramatic increase in Republican voter turnout for early voting.
Right.
We haven't seen that as a number in comparison to what the Democrats have done. And so
And again, this is New Jersey. I should keep saying this. This is New Jersey. This is a state where we don't have decades or cycles of infrastructure and networks.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
There's
this
no
is going
infrastructure.
from zero.
This is basically, there's no investment that's been made into the state of New Jersey long term. They're just by the Republican national apparatus has not happened. But again, to my point here is that the Mamdani so much. I actually think right now in media you're seeing the Democrats playing it very cool on Mamdani because they know the harder they push Mamdani in the news means that the harder, more likely that Republicans are going to turn out on Tuesday.
You can see evidence of this as well because Hakeem Jeffries gets asked about him by Jake Tapper, and he sort of says, well, I think the future is all young Democrats. And then Barack Obama, who is, for all intents and purposes, leader of the Democrat Party, he doesn't hold a rally with Mamdani the way that he did for Scamberger and the way that he did for Mikey Sherrill, but he has a phone call with him, so they don't get that optic of them being together.
They do not want, I think, they do not want more Republicans to turn out in New Jersey and Virginia and other places, but New Jersey in particular, because they put way too much into Mamdani. In their correct analysis is that the race is already over for Mamdani.
And by the way, I was also told that when Obama came out, his numbers were soft in terms of turnout for his Newark rally. Newark, New Jersey rally. They couldn't even fill a high school for Barack Obama in Newark.
That's right.
Imagine saying that 10 years ago.
Not popular.
Imagine saying that 10 years ago. Coming up on a quick break, we're here with Tyler Boyer. We're breaking down the elections going into tomorrow. It's election eve here on Human Events Daily.